Hello everyone, I am the all-seeing I'm with a late night, early morning message, if you will. I don't know why I'm still up, but I am, and it's like, I don't even know what time it is right now. I want to say it's close to 2 a.m., if not 2 a.m. I don't know. But I felt like a message needed to come out. So I'm recording this video. And yeah, let's tap in. The first card out is the Four of Pentacles. So this is a card that talks about saving your money, not having like a scarcity mindset, but just trying to be more conservative when it comes to what you spend. Thinking more about your finances, where they go, where you're investing your money, and just holding on to what you can, not really feeling the urge to, spend right away or buy things impulsively, an energy of like the money's not burning a hole through your pocket. So definitely save for a rainy day, I'm hearing. You never do know what will come up. The Hermit came out. So I feel like, maybe part of the whole saving thing is like spending more time alone and, going within for answers to these questions you have and not really seeking, counsel or advice from anyone outside of yourself. Knowing that you have the wisdom that's needed in order to think for yourself, to be there for yourself, even if it means being alone, that's okay. Just retreating, perhaps, you may have gone through or have been going through a period of time where you're like socializing more or had been socializing more, and that's starting to kind of die down for whatever reason. Let's see what else we have. But yeah, it's okay for you to spend time alone and for you to, just basically go within. There's nothing wrong with that. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So this is heavy on money. Maybe focusing on your finances right now. Thinking about how to get and keep your money right and flowing in a direction towards you, not away from you. So again, saving, but also not holding on too tightly to what you have. Like definitely invest in, creature comforts, whatever those things may be, for both you and your family. I feel like you're a very nurturing individual, and you definitely want to spoil those around you because you have, when you've worked hard to get where you're at. So it's like, you take pride and pleasure in taking care of others. But there may be things that you're juggling, in spite of life being chaotic right now. Perhaps things are ramping up in your world for whatever reason. If you are a parent, maybe your child's going back to school and you're having, just the chaos of that and having to get all these things together prior to your child starting school again. That's just a random scenario that could be causing some kind of chaos in your life. or, you know, like some kind of upswing in activity. But you're juggling everything very well. You know, if it's home, if it's work, you're doing that with grace. You're not complaining about what you have to do. You're just doing what you have to do. There may be something, some kind of offer or some kind of person or situation in your life that you may not be seeing as very valuable right now or given much attention to. That may need to change. This is a matter of having gratitude and being grateful for what you do have, and not choosing to turn a blind eye to what it is that, you know, the gifts that you do possess. But there may be something or someone that, you know, wants to offer something to you, some kind of help possibly, some kind of expression of love or care or concern. And maybe you're just not seeing that, or this person really some of you may be fighting battles that, you know, others may or may not know about. You know, you may not be explicitly sharing what it is that is going on with you, what's happening in your life, the challenges that you've been facing. And maybe that's why you have this attitude of, you know, apathy, where you're feeling kind of unsure about how to feel about, you know, what it is that you have. So it may not be a matter of you being ungrateful per se, but you're just not, you know, you may be so focused on some problem that's occurring that you're not seeing the gifts right before you and the value of what's already yours and what's trying to come into your life, trying to come into your sphere. We also have the devil here. So some of you could be fighting excuse me. As I'm about to say that, I get choked up. Toxic connections. You could be dealing with obsessive thoughts, thinking obsessively about a certain thing. It could be a situation that's taken place, or maybe possibly some kind of toxic habit that you're wanting to do away with, get rid of, a relationship that's no longer good for you, or you feel is no longer in alignment with who you are now, or who you feel you're becoming. I feel your higher self is trying to tell you something. Three of Swords reversed. This card came out in a reading earlier. So, you know, part of what you're juggling outside of, you know, whatever responsibilities are currently yours to take care of, you're also healing your heart. You know, whatever pain you've been experiencing, you're wanting to heal that and focus more on prioritizing your health, because health is wealth. And healing your heart is important, you know, and that may come with having to heal your mind as well. We also have the Emperor. The number 4 is significant. It came out 3 times, so 444 could be significant. There's something here about control and structure and routine. Perhaps that's what you need in your life. You know, if your life is lacking some kind of structure or routine, or, you know, Maybe that's what's needed for there to be some kind of restoration of control in a situation, where you can focus more on what's in front of you and less on what you don't have. So more on what you do have, less on what you don't have. So many cards keep wanting to come out, and usually I don't take 2 cards, but every time that I shuffle, it's like 2 or more cards are coming out. Justice is here. So, whatever challenges that you've been facing behind the scenes, whatever opposition that you've been facing, there'll be some kind of resolution to, some kind of fair, just decision that comes along with this particular situation. The way that certain people are handled for coming up against you, because I feel like you are in a good spot. You're fighting the good fight, and you're not, like deliberately out here hurting people or trying to challenge other people, yet you are being challenged. Maybe people don't understand how you could be so calm, how you could be so chill in the face of this chaos that we mentioned earlier. I mean, I know a situation like your child going back to school isn't necessarily like something that's, crazy, but yeah, perhaps people don't understand how you could be so calm in the face of chaos when you do face it, if you are facing it. We have the Empress here. So this is creative energy for sure. Birthing something new. You may have a certain project underway or want to begin a certain project. And the Emperor and the Empress is here too. So this could be the coming together of divine counterparts. Perhaps if you're the divine feminine, you're in need of a divine masculine to kind of, like balance you out. Not that you don't have balance as an individual. We all try to or have to strike some kind of balance in our life with, within ourselves and with what we do. But in a relationship with a counterpart, we're talking about like someone who may I want to say like pick up the slack where you fall short, or there's someone that just you guys balance each other out. 5 of Pentacles came out. So, some of you may be healing from situations where you felt abandoned and left out in the cold, where you didn't feel like you had the support needed to get by or to get through a difficult time or period in your life. Perhaps it was a time that you were juggling multiple things and, no one was really there to help you. Or maybe they wanted to help you on their terms and not really on on yours, and not like, you necessarily have terms and conditions when you're asking for help, or expecting help, or accepting help. But, sometimes people want to help you how you want to help, how they want to help you. I've had experiences like that where it's like, I appreciate the help that you're giving and what you're doing for me. However, I didn't necessarily ask for that, and that's not me trying to be rude or anything, but, if it's a matter of a person trying to say, oh, well, this is what I've done for you, it's like, well, I didn't ask for that. And to be frank, like, if I did ask for anything, it wouldn't be for that specific thing. If I needed the help, I'm saying. So you could have been in a situation like that. But the Eight of Wands is here. So this is a card that talks about communication incoming. Could be with this Emperor. You know, maybe this person, perhaps they bring some structure into your life, or they want to. But I do see some incoming communication with the Eight of Wands. It could be an offer of love coming in with the Ace of Cups. Could be a new person, communication from someone new, communication from a love interest, perhaps someone from your past that's wanting to reconcile. I don't know. I don't know what I was about to say. Mercury retrograde is going crazy. I know for my speech it is. But yeah, someone may want to offer you, you know, and we did see that with the Four of Cups, because that hand extended from the cloud, you know, is the same hand extended from the cloud. Let me see if I can, just to show you. Oh, no, not that one. It was this one here. So here comes that offer back around, you know. It's coming back around. It may have never left and you just didn't give it the attention it needed. So there's some kind of offer, an expression of love coming in perhaps. An offer of togetherness maybe. Unity, new love. You know, you're very close to completing a certain task, a certain cycle. Very close to completion here with the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You know, you've gone a long way. The Star is here. Hope restored. You know, this offer coming in, and it could be through this communication. You know, perhaps you get an offer you just can't turn down. That just brings hope back into a situation, into your life, just period. It brings a sense of calm, peace, purpose. There's something good coming in. And you're manifesting it. Your manifesting powers could be very successful right now, I'm hearing. So don't be afraid to manifest what you want at this time, whatever that may be. Pull a couple oracle cards, see what comes out for you. What's the energy for my collective spirit? What do they need to know at this time? Energy for my collective. Seduction at the bottom of the deck. We have attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party, and temptation. Let's see what else comes out. Addiction, codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. I mean, that could be why the devil showed up too. Addiction can sometimes be part of what the devil stands for, a codependent relationship. And that came out with the chaser. So fear of abandonment, chasing, and codependency. So that's codependencies twice, codependent. So maybe you need to work on your independence some and breaking away from a certain person or a certain habit. Perhaps it's something that's no longer in alignment with who you are. You know, it's maybe something you've outgrown. You know, and that could also be you outgrowing not just codependency, you know, being overly reliant on other people for your own happiness, I'm hearing. But also that fear of abandonment, letting that go, and trusting that, you know, this love that's coming in, this offer coming in is worth entertaining. Karmic relationship, resentments and triggers, perception, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So this codependent relationship that you've been in could be karmic and not something, you know, meant to stay in your life, meant to hang on or, you know, linger around. You have a divine connection coming in. We have coffin here, new beginnings, liberation, reborn and transition, tragic ending. So with every ending comes a new beginning. We also have healing heart. That's healing, heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationships. So that's twice with the addiction here. Some of you may be dealing with some kind of addiction, some kind of obsessive thoughts that are taking over. See what else comes out. Just a couple more cards, Spirit, please. See what else comes out. We have passion, insane chemistry, sparks and having fun, equal interest and burning desire. So yeah, I feel like this connection that's coming in is going to be a very intimate one. Ooh, that fell to the floor. We have heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving, despair, and breakup. You know, perhaps it's a breakup from this karmic relationship that you were in, you know, that's coming to an end. This codependent relationship. And perhaps you just been so scared of being left that you just chase this person, but you're letting that go. We also have mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, gaslight, and personify. So I feel like you're moving on from, you know, connections with people where you feel, you know, some kind of mask is being worn, or, you know, you're not being told the whole truth. You know, and you're healing heartbreak, and letting go of a karmic relationship here. You know, those relationships aren't lasting anyway. They don't necessarily stand the test of time. But I do feel like, you know, that's coming to an end, and you're prioritizing your healing, and you're not, you know, putting up with any kind of fakeness or phoniness. I'm going to pull a couple initials, and then I'm going to close out. We have J. Well, I didn't even show it. I just put it down. J. We have U. We have C. Juice could be significant. P. Cup. Cup of juice. And S. Again, that's Jucps. Those letters could be significant. And yeah, that's all I have for now. I just wanted to get that message out. Like, subscribe, and share while you're here if you're so inclined. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, guys. Peace out.